Good morning, my friends. Welcome to another coffee and a card with Barb. Today is Wednesday, August 26th. It has been quite the week. We just lost another famous person today. Yesterday it was Dolly Parton. Today it's Tim Curry. Very, very sad. We're going to be thinking happier thoughts today. We are going to be doing some stamping. And I have a fun card sketch for you today. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. If you are live, please let me know and say hi. And if you are catching the replay, let me know that too. Well, guys, I am going to get started. We are using the Boutique Blossom dies. So 90% of our card is being made with only the dies. I love these dies. And then for the stamp set that goes, the Boutique Blossoms stamp set, that's part of the bundle, it doesn't have any words in it. So the stamp set that I'm using, this is coming out September 1st, next Tuesday, and it's called Framed and Fabulous. And one of the reasons I love it, besides these beautiful fonts, is this is one of those stamp sets where it has an outside and an inside sentiment. And I love that. So I usually collect those. The reason I wanted to highlight it is that it is part of the hot foil collection. I wanted to highlight this because I want to make sure that nobody misses this really pretty stamp set if you aren't checking all the new hot foil bundles. So that's why I wanted to highlight this today. So let me get this out of the way. One thing that we are doing, and I'm going to actually show this at the beginning and then we'll make the card. I'm also using the Blossoms Boutique, which is part of the dies that we're using. It's part of that suite. It's beautiful. It's got that gorgeous gold foiling. Now, this is the back side of the piece. I want to show you how we're going to cut this. I'm guessing most of you already know this, but just in case you don't, I wanted to show you how you do this. We want to cut it at a diagonal to make a triangle. And the easiest way to do that is to use the cutting track, this track right here, the cutting track on your paper trimmer, and just put one corner here and one corner here. And sometimes you'll move it like I just did. So make sure that you've got it down. Now, if you have Stampin' Up's paper trimmer, when you push this down, it will lock in. Did you hear that click? So then you won't have to worry about it moving. This is my scoring blade. Let me move that down. Now, if you have a blade that's starting to get a little iffy, let me lift this up again. Put your cutting blade in the center and then go up and go down, and you'll get that nice triangular cut. Okay. So if you have any issues, if you're starting at the top, because sometimes it'll catch right on that little bitty edge. So if you put it in the middle, you won't have that problem. Now, I'm actually showing you on a designer series paper that is not directional. It doesn't matter, which side you use, because there's no direction to either one of these patterns. So it's starting like this. And if you flip it over, you'll get that nice look and you won't have to worry because it's not directional. However, the paper that I'm using today, let me get it out. The paper that I'm using today is directional. Boy, I got a lot of stuff in here. So I prefer, let me hold this up. Can you see how that looks like little waves? To me, that's directional. I don't want it this way. I don't want it upside down. To me, that looks upside down. It's not, but to me, it looks that way. So I'm going to glue this down on the card. This is the beautiful hydrangea hue. Isn't this a gorgeous color? And then this is Peaceful Pine, and this is the designer series paper. Almost forgot to tell you my whole point. My whole point is that if you have directional paper, you're going to have to cut two pieces, okay? Because if I otherwise your directional paper is going to be in the wrong direction. So you're basically going to cut 2 pieces of 4 by 5 1/4, take one from one, take the other from the other, and then you'll have enough left to do another card. Did that make sense? Howdy, Janice. How are you in Montana? Good to see you. Oh, good. Michelle is not driving anywhere right now because there's no movement on the freeway. That stinks, my friend. Okay, well, we just want you to be safe. So as long as you're safe, we are happy. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down. Okay, and if I didn't just make sense, will someone let me know? Because I've been doing that for so long that it's like second nature for me, but it may not have made sense to somebody else. And then we're going to glue this part down. Ooh, isn't this paper gorgeous? I am in love with our new in colors. So much so that I'm thinking about changing the colors on my website because I just love these colors. And then we're just going to butt that right up against the other paper. Oop, got to make it stay though. And there we have the front of our card. So you guys can do this with any designer series paper. That's why I wanted to show you that if you have a directional paper, then you're going to have to cut 2 pieces, or you could do 2 different designer papers instead of using the front and back. It doesn't matter. Oh, good. Thank you, Pamela. It makes sense. Oh, good, good, good. Oh, hey, Cheryl, another Montanian. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Got both you and Janice here. How fun is that? Okay, friends, I am going to start this card by doing the inside. Now, I'm going to be doing some die cutting, so don't worry about that. But I went ahead and die cut this because, honestly, I didn't think you needed to see me do it. And it's this die right here. And I'm going to stamp on your special day. Okay, everybody hold your breath to see if I can get this straight. We shall see. Time will tell. There we go. Not too bad. I won't argue with that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I'm really going to town on the inside of this card. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to put glue on the edge. Okay, so let me just put glue. Oh, that's too much, but that's okay. And then I'm going to just glue this on. I've got way more here than I need, but that was because of where I got it from. Now this is 3/4 of an inch wide. Frankly, I would like this much better if it was 1/2 inch. I think 3/4 is just a little bit too wide. I don't know if you guys can hear the airplanes. I live right across the river from the Portland airport, and something's going on today, and the planes are noisy. So I'm just going to cut this off. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Hydrangea Hue ink pad. Get my scissors out of the way. And I'm going to take a small blending brush, tap off a little bit, and then I'm just going to lightly sponge right here. I don't want a lot of color, just some. Particularly want some here. Okay. I'm going to leave this out because I'm going to need that. And then I'm going to do the die cut. We want just little dots of glue, which some of them are the right size and some of them are a little big like those. I always seem to get the big ones on the smallest leaves, but just little dots. A little do ya. What was that? Dippity do? Was that what that used to be? And then I'm just going to put it right there. So it's got a little bit of shading behind it. And then that's going to become the inside of our card. Now, you guys, this is the 67th Coffee and a Card video. And you may remember that Barb usually doesn't do the inside of her cards because I like to write on the inside of my cards. But I did one a couple of weeks ago and you guys were like, ooh, we really like the inside of that card. And I'm like, okay, maybe I need to start doing more insides of the card. So there you go. There's the inside of our card. Pamela, thank you. She likes the color beneath the leaf. I just thought it added a little bit. This peaceful pine is so dark that I thought it just sort of softened it a little bit. Oh, Noran says she's cut that wrong so many times. That makes me feel better. So now we get to do the front of our card. And this is where we're going to do some die cutting. Now I have already die cut this flower. I think I've got that upside down. I do. See how pretty the detail is in that? So while I've got my sponging brush right here, I'm going to sponge a little bit of hydrangea hue onto hydrangea hue right in the center. Let me bring out my mini cut and emboss machine, which I so appreciate when I am doing this live. And the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to cut the leaves. Now, if you have a mini cut and emboss machine, which is great for when you travel, and it's very light, it's about the size of a lunchbox, I'm going to give you a little hint. I don't follow what the machine says because it's calibrated by hand. So for me, what works, and if you have trouble getting your platform to go through, give this a try. Instead of using the other platform, I use platform number 3, the light gray. And then I use my very, very, very well-loved acrylic plates, which is number 2. And we're going to cut the leaf first. So let me, oh, would help if I had the dies. Yes. Okay, so we're going to cut the small die. And we need 3 of those. So let me line that up. And you can see it just runs through super duper easy. Now let me give you one hint. Don't have paper underneath your cut and emboss machine when you are cutting. It's okay for me because otherwise the glare would be really bad. But when you've got it on paper, then it moves. And the whole purpose of your cut and emboss machine feet on the bottom is so that they don't move. So if you don't put it on paper that will move, you guys will be good. Let's do one more. I don't want to lose this. Okay. I love my mini cut and emboss machine. It's limiting. We have some new embossing folders for the mini, but most of the time when I want to dry emboss something, I much prefer to use the big. But on days like today, it makes this very easy, as you can see it. Okay, let me put the die back on my magnet so I don't lose it. Then the next thing that we are going to cut is white cardstock, but I got to get this out of the way for just a second. And what we're going to do is we are going to take this basic white cardstock. We're going to take the hydrangea hue ink pad. Oh, I just put that upside down. Well, we'll have a pretty little hydrangea hue mark. That's okay. And I'm going to put a pretty healthy amount of ink on my sponging brush. Tap off some of it. And then I'm just going to ink this entire hydrangea hue. And you guys, I don't want it to be uniform. I want to have a lot of variation in color going on here, and you'll see why in a second. So I want it to be uneven, but I want some dark. Oop, not that much. I'm going to avoid that area. That looks like a thumbprint. Okay, so let me get that ink pad out of the way. Let me bring my cut and emboss machine back in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that pretty floral die. I don't know what else to cut it. Oh, sorry, Naran. I did not mean to leave you. That was my fault. Let me put this through. Ugh. Okay, now I can get this out of the way. I am done with it. Ooh, and that was loud. But that woke you guys up. Get this off. And you're going to be able to see that what I did is I just added this, doing it with the sponging instead of just on Hydrangea Hue cardstock adds, although that looks really funny. I wish I hadn't done that, but that's okay. All right, so then what we're going to do is we are going to take this cardstock, which I think is 2.5 by something. I don't remember, but that's why we have instructions, right? And I'm going to stamp the sentiment in Peaceful Pine. All right, guys, I'm going to try to see. We'll see if I can get this. I'm going to have to do it this way because I can't see white on white. Okay, there we go. I think I'm in screen. So we've got the happy birthday. Okay, get that out of the way. Bring the white cardstock back in. There we go. We're good to go. And now what we're going to do is we are going to build up our flower. So for me, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on the back of these little stems. And don't forget, we have adhesive sheets. So if I don't want to go through all this work, what I can do is run these through with adhesive sheets. I need to show you guys that someday. Whoops, I just did that on the wrong side. We'll see if I can get that off. So we want enough glue that it will hold it down. Gosh, I almost did it twice. Nope, I did it the right way. Okay, never mind. I need to take another gulp of coffee. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put one of the leaves here. Okay, and then I'm going to take another leaf and I'm going to put one right there. Yep, that'll stick. And then I'm going to put another one right here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Hydrangea Hue flower that I already die cut before we started. Oh, I didn't want to do that. And I'm going to take my bone folder. I'm going to turn it so that the right side is down. And I'm just going to very gently curl this. Now, the reason I'm saying gently is these are all cut. So if I'm not careful, I could tear this. But I just want a little bit more dimension. And I think before I do that, guys, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to glue this down on the Hydrangea Hue mat. I think this will just make it easier since I've curled those. And I'm going to put it right in the center here. This is what happens if I don't write down, do this, do this, do this, do this. I'm just kind of going for it. And that is crooked. Even I can see that. This is why I love the multi-purpose liquid glue, because I can move it around. Okay, hopefully I didn't move it when I turned it upside down. I didn't want to do that either. Hold on. Okay. It's okay to put this flat on the card, but I wanted it to have a little bit of depth. So I'm just pulling off my Stampin' Dimensionals. Are you guys enjoying all my little mistakes? No, as someone once told me, there are no mistakes in stamping. There are just lots of room for embellishments. And that is the truth. Sometimes I'll make a really major mistake on a card and I'll fix it doing something really weird that I would have never thought to do. And I end up liking it more than the original. So you just never know. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on. There we go. And now that I've curled this a little bit, I could have curled it a lot more, but I'm running out of my get this done in half an hour time. And I'm going to put this right here. And then I'm going to curl this a little bit. I think the curling just adds a little bit of dimension to it. But again, with this particular die, guys, see how that came up? You have to be really careful. So if you're not confident, just skip this part, because after it goes in the envelope, it's going to go flat anyway, if I'm really honest. So let's put glue on here. Okay. And then I really don't like that little blob. I think that little blob looks weird, but we'll just go with it. There we go. And then if you want to, totally optional. In fact, I don't even think I have this in the instructions. You can take your wink of Stella and you can highlight the center. Now, I know you guys are not going to be able to see that in the video, but it just adds a little bit of sparkle. So there you go. So there's the outside of our card. And here is the inside of the card. So there you have our finished card. And the reason I wanted to do this card today was mainly to show you this card design that makes it so simple, but really uses up a lot of your designer series paper and just makes it really simple. So how many times can I say the word simple? There you go, my friends. I hope you like this card. So grab that tutorial, make one of these cards, and then post it and let me know. I love it when you guys post what you make because you always put a little twist on it, and then I learn. Enjoy the rest of your week, my friends. Take some time to make a card, and more importantly, take some time to send a card. All right, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.